Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla, and Heather's up there above me, and our special guest today, Sun Psychic Jean. Welcome, welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
hi everybody. Hi Heather. Hi Priscilla. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're thrilled to have you as always.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's always a great time. So thanks for being here today.
I know
Hey,
Heather,
Pete Covington.
Heather's doing some psychedelic movement on there. When you
Well,
have those
I was trying to find out why I was crooked, and it was because the camera was. Oh, I froze up. What do you know? It'll stop.
Technology. Amanda Carroll, book Bewitched. I love that name. Hypnicity. Lottie B. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Crone Zone. I'm sure we'll have Heather back in a moment.
Well, I lost you too. Maybe I'll just start it again.
Go right
special
ahead.
shout out to Miss Nancy Riker. Hi Nancy. And Ange Swanchak and Miss Mims. So nice to see you. And Try Again is here. So nice. Wow. The whole clan. How was everybody's Thanksgiving? Did everybody survive? And are you still working on those leftovers?
I gave away as many leftovers as possible. I don't know about you.
Oh.
I got rid of most of them.
Mhm.
How about you guys? Did y'all have a wonderful time? We had a lot of fun. I invited 9 people, eight people over. So it was fun. We ate outside on the deck and enjoyed the sunset.
That's so nice.
It was
Yeah.
nice. Hey Jay, Joyful Journey. These names are great. Try Again, Ms. Mims. Mousy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We lost Heather for a moment, but she'll be back, I'm sure. And I think I just moved my camera as well. Oops. I have a new camera I'm trying today.
You know what, you guys, they did some resets, which is good. I think that we can do more things on StreamYard now and on YouTube now, and they're both sort of like trying to get the most updates in before the end of the year or something, I think, because there's been so many different changes and every time we log in, even on Zoom,
something's different.
Yep. And I don't know if y'all have been finding this and even my phone did an update, and my phone, when I answer my calls, where you see like the mute button and the dial button and all that, it's in a different spot. So they're doing all kinds of updates.
That's when my camera went out. I was using an iPhone 8 hooked on a ring light for my camera. And when I updated the computer and then updated the phones, now the phone doesn't talk to the camera, and I have it plugged in directly to my computer. So that's the height of my technical expertise. So I'm using the old card cam. Heather's card cam is now my face cam. So that's
my gosh. Oh my. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I love the fact that we can put our old video that was our original backdrop. You can put it as a background now. Use a video as a background. I like that change.
I see. Yeah. So we never know. We'll have to, I think there's like some videos or something that you can just look up to find out what the latest upgrades are. But unfortunately, it resets everything. When I was doing my Zoom meetings today, there was a lot of people, when they first come on, you couldn't either see them or hear them. And it's because of the Zoom reset everything. And then when you go in, you have to reset it again. But, at least it's upgraded. So
I don't mind the upgrades. It's just a little challenging at times. Hello, Heather. Let me see if I can get you back to stage. There we go.
I think it's the Google Chrome, because it never wants to shut back down and gets in the way of trying to get back on. So I don't know what it is, but I'm not so certain it's StreamYard.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, because we were talking about the iOS system and everything. I mean, I think that there's been a lot of changes, a lot of security, a lot of enhancements, a lot of applications that they want to collaborate with each other And I think it's all a good thing, though. So thank you very much for all your patience and
Yes.
Yes, we do
and
I do thank you.
And don't forget that we're in the middle of a magnetic storm as well.
well, there you go. Hi, Linda. Linda De Gonzalez. So nice to see you.
Hey,
And
Linda
Hypnicity
Yay.
and
and
Teresa.
Teresa.
Hmm.
And Hypnicity, I'm very sorry to hear. She just heard somebody that ended their life on Thanksgiving. He was only 37. Oh,
Oh,
sending them lots of love and light. Him and his family. I'm so sorry. That
And
is
all
John.
and everybody he was connected to, I send love and light to.
hmm
Yeah. So
hmm
today we're going to listen to a few of Jean's interesting experiences when she's in her mediumship. I guess it's mediumship, right?
hmm Well,
Basically.
yeah. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the authenticity first. I think that it's really important to know a little bit more about um, it, the true essence, that the divine essence of each of us is the connection that I make with you when I do mediumship, or what we all three can connect to energy now, and it's that divine essence. And authenticity, I think, is the key. It's a important component, and it's important to get to know ourselves, our true essence, our true vibration, and our own authentic identity. And it's not that we're a sister, that we're a daughter, or that we're a mother. It's who is living this life as Jean, or who is living this life as yourself, and what does the
It's just about your soul purpose,
Yeah, I
yeah.
was going to
living
say I found
your
it.
soul purpose,
I,
living your speaking your truth and
Yeah, I found a
walking.
definition. I'll just read it to you and see whether you agree, because it almost mentions everything you both just said. Put simply, authenticity means you're true in your own personality, values, and spirit, regardless of the pressure that you're under to act otherwise. You're honest with yourself and with others, and you take responsibility for your mistakes. Your values, ideas, and actions align. As a result, you come across as genuine and you're willing to accept the consequences of being true to what you consider to be right.
Sounds good
it's
to
not
me.
it's not only accept the consequences, it's accepting the benefits, accepting the
Exactly.
blessings.
You're right. You're exactly right. Because a lot of people, myself included, have always had a hard time accepting the benefits.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
because it's a selfishness in you. And
Mhm.
it's not really a selfishness in the way that our parents meant selfishness. It's a selfishness of being who you are, being your true self. That's the selfishness of it and receiving the gift of it. And yeah, learning to receive is hard for women, I believe, because we're
Yeah,
so used to giving.
especially our age, because we're
Yes,
taught that we should not, that we're
yes.
not necessarily that we're unworthy, although that's how it
It's
comes
always better
across.
to give than to receive.
Exactly. And so you don't want to receive because you feel awkward about it. I'm supposed to be giving.
But you have to learn to receive that to be authentic. You have to learn to balance that so that
So
you
you're
can be your
absolutely
true
right.
self.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jean.
Yeah.
You have to be able to receive.
so this is just a quote I wanted to share, and I'm going to have a couple of things that I wanted to share with everybody. And it's, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. And this to me kind of encapsulates why I feel it's important for us to search and to practice our authenticity, because the more we know ourselves, the more we understand and can know others. And the more that we know others, the more that we can know and understand the universe. So And it is the beginning of all wisdom. And are we not the wisdom circle once
Once a month.
once a month?
Yeah.
This
True
quote really,
story.
it just really spoke to me, knowing yourself. And that's part of authenticity. It's not always receiving, so to speak, but just living it congruently with who you authentically are. And it's typically I know that a lot of people here may feel the same way, is when you're in the family and you have a family, and maybe all the other family are a certain way, or maybe we feel like we're the black sheep, or maybe we feel like we're singled out for some reason, because we just vibrate a little differently because of the soul path, or the soul journey that we are all on, and that we do and we feel and we sense differently, and we vibrate differently, but we also are authentic, where other people around us, I maybe I could just speak for myself, that I sort of gravitate towards people who can speak authentically and from their heart, and not in a pretentious or in a performance manner, like like
Definitely.
maybe the cheerleaders, and no offense to cheerleaders, but like people who have to be giggly or cute, or have to have their outfit, I mean, whatever it is, it's just, and if that's them authentically, then I'm just saying that sometimes people uh, feel as though others want them to be something, so they compromise themselves. And we do go in and out of this. I mean, we do, go into this and say, nope, this is not feeling right. This is not me. It's not who I am. I don't really feel like, especially with like groups of friends and stuff, we kind of change and become who we think that the groups of friends may expect us to be. I don't know. Does
I was
anybody
thinking
else?
more parental, parents wanting to be what your parents wanted you, or not wanting to be what your parents wanted you to be, even as a young age. Because I
Yeah,
certainly wasn't. I didn't care for the lifestyle that my mother wanted for me. And because I vibed differently, there wasn't anything wrong with it. It just wasn't for me.
right.
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Um, and I think that what it is it may have taken us, oh, know thyself, to thy to thine own self be true. That's so beautiful, Miss Miggs.
Amen.
Oh, wow. And that's Shakespeare, and that's what, 1400s or the 1200s? When was that? Wow, that's really, really
I think
nice.
Shakespeare
So
was.
this problem has been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So she also said that she stepped away from most of her old friends, and that you just don't vibrate that way with them anymore. And it's not that it's right or wrong, it's just that we have this need to, the need to speak authentically and to let our soul's vibration shine through is really important for us to kind of walk in that balance of spirit and ego, instead of letting ego rule us or
Mhm.
take over, you know?
Well, when you put in the judgment, you've lost it
Yeah.
because that's the ego.
You
And
have to continually think with your heart and not your
yeah,
brain.
yeah, and compassion.
Mhm.
For me,
That's your heart.
compassion. If something happens to me that I don't like, I'm not going to pass that on to the next person, because if it hurts me, it's probably going to hurt them too. So I don't want to be that way. I try to treat people the way that I want to be treated, not just go through life bullying, you know, like a bull in a china shop, getting what I want, doing what I want, being, whatever. I truly try to treat people the way I want to be treated. And if they can't treat me that way, then I step away. No hard feelings, no nothing. It's fine. It's just, so my circle's
Mhm,
tight.
mhm.
My circle is very small. And I
Yeah,
think
and
that's And then we have this community. She makes it huge, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that when we are mirrors for one another, and as we grow and learn and understand, and we hear the authenticity in somebody else's voice or somebody else's behavior, and the integrity goes along with that too, that we
Hmm.
feel that resonance. It resonates, and it has an impact, you
It
know,
does.
it changes us. And I think it's closer to our 4D and 5D existence, this authenticity, because, I wasn't actually planning on, hey, Jenny, Starfish, how are you? I
Hey,
wasn't,
starfish.
and just naturally, what I'm being drawn towards is the telepathy, because it begins with authenticity. Because without authenticity, the telepathy will never be able to emerge, right? Because if we have telepathy, we have to have authenticity because we're so transparent.
Yes, if every in 5D, if you're not coming from your heart, everybody knows it. I mean, well, it can't happen, but literally, once you go to telepathic communication, everything you're feeling and knowing and doing is available to whoever is listening. So if you're not coming from your heart soul space, then we're not going to make it to 5D ever, ever.
Exactly. And maybe that's why we're all being led down this path. I just want to say a quick shout out to hi, Ron, Unconditional Love Tarot. Thanks for
Hi,
being here.
Ron.
So nice to see you. So nice. Yeah. And it's just it's it's a big subject, but I know that uh, everybody here. I mean, we all share that, you know, that desire for authenticity and that desire for integrity and that desire to be our authentic self, which is our true divine vibration, our true
Yes.
divine essence. And there's nothing wrong with having the ego as long as it's balanced and it's
Hmm.
serving your spiritual self or your divine
Well,
self.
the ego has its place, doesn't it? The ego
It does.
has its work to do. You just can't let it rule you. But I get you
Exactly.
have to have that balance between ego and heart.
Exactly. What are these? So I have a couple of subjects here I wanted to talk about. There's signs of spiritual awakening, or perhaps we're past that, and also the way that the universe speaks to you. And then I also have a 12 types of light workers. Do you want to take a look at the 12
Sure.
types of light workers?
Sure.
I keep kicking this camera. Oops.
And I'm going to maybe just enlarge it and then I'll move it up and down and so that we'll be able to see the whole thing. It's not very clear. I did get it from a different application, but there are grid workers, which I know that Priscilla, you and Heather are grid workers.
Hmm.
Um, and that
Amongst
is,
other things.
uh, and that's on the earth, or is that around the earth? I think
Around
that's
the
both.
earth.
Both.
Well, yeah, I was going to say both.
Uh-huh.
Because the ley lines are a grid in themselves, and then
Yeah.
you have the grid around the earth.
And
Right.
Actually, the two grids out there.
Yeah.
and oh, hi, Susie. So nice to see you. Oh, look at
Hi,
she's Wonder
Susie.
Woman 007.
I
So
know I
nice to
love her
see
Wonder
you.
Woman.
I know. So and Priscilla also mentioned earlier that we are more than one of these, but these are different types that we can be simultaneously. There are astral travelers. That are capable of lucid dreaming and astral travel. That sounds like a lot of work. Has have anybody here in the chat ever experienced astral traveling? And what I mean by
Well,
that is like in your dreams. I think I do this while I'm meditating, but I don't think I do this while in my dreams.
I have
I think we all
done
do it in our
both.
dreams.
I
I
have
think
done both.
everybody does it in their dreams, and Heather does it.
Yeah.
And then I see there's transmuters, and I think a lot of us are transmuters,
I
have high
think we
frequency.
are.
And we all transmute that negative energy. And
Mhm.
it's almost like the wounded healers. And the wounded healers are the
Mhm.
ones who go through the wounds, who have had trauma in their lifetime and who have survived and then become the healer because we can sense this in others. We know what we've been through,
Mhm.
and we have like this keen sense of somebody else going through the same thing. And so we then become the healer because we have the compassion, we have the understanding, and we've develop the tools necessary in order to survive that wounding or that trauma.
Yeah,
So it's the wounded healers. I've always loved that. And I think that really fits with the transmuters as well. What do you think?
I think you have it right.
Yeah. I think all of these kind of interconnect to start with.
So there's also messengers that receive guidance from angels, ascended masters, and their
That's
higher
most
self.
of us too.
That's most of us. Yeah.
Light keepers, embodying light and maintaining a high vibration and loving presence. Oh my gosh.
That's
This
almost
is
everybody.
this is
To
our
some extent.
community.
This is our community for
Everybody, I
sure.
think, is everything.
Yeah. All these
Absolutely.
people in the chat, they're all part of the
Mhm.
light keepers. We all are.
Yeah, you can, everybody, I think, can recognize themselves a little, at least a little, in every one of them. Some of them are stronger in other areas, but I think everybody is part of it. The whole
It's
thing.
I always say when I'm doing readings and stuff that everybody is here and they're all supporting me and they all raise their vibration in order for us to actually do the readings together. I mean, we can feel when you guys are supporting us. We can feel when your energy is rising. It transcends space and time. Just because we're over a screen and we're looking at different screens, we may not be in the same room, doesn't mean we can't feel your
So
energy.
true.
And
Mhm.
I'm telling you, I feel the support. I feel you guys raising your vibration and holding space for us. It's like a whole group activity, and this embodying light and maintaining that high vibration and loving presence. This is what I feel when we do not only when we do the readings, but when you speak kindly to one another in the chat and you support one another and
Mhm.
you listen to one another. I think it's just so really just very beautiful. I love this. I love this. And oh, wow. Or we wouldn't be here. You're right,
Yeah.
Miss Mims.
So right, Miss Mims.
You guys are brilliant. I love it. Okay, so let's go over to manifestors, our powerful manifestors who can obtain instant results. I think we all are working on
Being
developing. Mhm. It's
I'm a manifester for sure. Sometimes not in a good way. You have to be careful what you're manifesting, but what you're thinking.
our intentions are much more
They're
impactful
so
these days.
powerful for this group. Our intentions are really powerful for energy workers.
And
For
more and
sure.
more with the energy that is increasing.
Mhm.
And we all know that most of us are also healers, the unique gifts that help them
Yeah.
to heal humanity. Isn't that beautiful? To heal humanity. I love that.
I just had to post White Dragon.
White
I don't know
Dragon,
which one I
you're
fit in.
several of them, just like everybody else. I think
I
you can
like his
identify
Doctor
with both.
Strange, maybe.
I don't know who Doctor Strange is. Is that
Yeah, MCI.
no, is that somebody Cumberbunt or something? What's his name?
Yes, yes.
Yes, he's
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
Okay. I
He
wanted to
goes
make
in and
sure.
out of dimensions.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
through
There
through
you go.
circle for him.
We should write our own Marvel movie or our own, you know, and become characters, and then perhaps put on a little. Oh my gosh, can you believe? Listen to me. Listen to me. Uh,
I could so go down that rabbit hole with you, girl.
I know Wonder Woman and Doctor Strange, and we could make up our own. We
Uh-huh.
don't have to, and like somebody could be, I don't know. We could be Mighty Mouse or whoever we want to be in it. You know, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't,
You're
I
gonna
don't
laugh,
know.
but Mighty Mouse was my favorite. I thought Mickey Mouse was pathetic. I liked Mighty Mouse.
I liked Mighty Mouse. I like the Mickey Mouse
Here
show.
I am to
Silly
save the
Mickey Mouse.
day.
Give me Chip
Absolutely.
and Dale.
Hmm.
I like Chip
Gotta
and
love it.
Dale.
Gotta love it. Such beautiful influences back then. Isn't there just beautiful influences that we had when we were coming up? Okay, so where are we? We are at way showers. Lead by example, influencing others to do the same. I mean, is that not why? That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
that's
here.
all of us.
And it's hard because when you want to try and write way showers, autocorrect keeps saying it's not showers. It's I'm like, it's they're way showers. It's
Yeah, I
just,
know. It looks like that.
and this leading by example and living authentically with integrity is leading by example, and having a loving presence is leading by example. I mean, all of these are very related to each other, and very
Mhm.
one almost cannot exist without the next. And the next one is seers. um, I'm just trying to get my are clairvoyant and have their third eye opened. Many of us are definitely seers, unifiers. I mean, this is you. Priscilla and Heather should have unifiers in parentheses after their name. Look for commonalities in diverse patterns and philosophies to bring people together. I mean, isn't that just the what we've all been striving for, is to focus on the similarities, focus on the common aspects of all humanity, of
Mhm.
all religions, of all, different uh, differences, and celebrate the similarities. I mean, we are all
I love
humanity.
diversity. I don't wanna be the same as anybody else. I love diversity. I love bringing people together from different backgrounds.
Yeah, celebrate your uniqueness.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Hmm. Hmm. Now that we're getting into the advanced stage here, the divine blueprint holders, wow, are attuned to the codes needed for awakening. How
I
many
had no
here?
idea on that one.
Are you kidding? I think that goes along with the very top one, the ley lines. I think that you are the divine blueprint. Are we not?
I suppose so.
I mean, and Priscilla and Heather, but let me go ahead and finish this last one, and then we'll talk a little bit. And then the ascension guides. I mean, help people navigate the enlightenment process, overcoming obstacles. Wow.
We're all that. We all help each other with
Yeah,
ascension.
we all help with.
Yeah.
And I think it actually says that on our description of our YouTube page.
Yeah. I'm,
It's
it was just
interesting.
really, it just really like sent me over the top when I was reading all of these, and I thought, this is us, this is who we all are, this is what humanity is always meant to be, this is how we were planned or designed to exist, with all of these traits and all of these abilities and all of these um, just considerations for one another. And it's so beautiful that we have this community, that all of you exhibit this, and we know that we can all exist together. And each one of us are very different, yet we have all of this commonality as well. I think that's really beautiful. So I think that Heather and Priscilla, I think that I wanted to bring that in, the attuning to the codes needed for awakening. Can you tell us a little bit about when you two started your healing center, and then what inspired you to start the channel, and how did that make you feel? Like, did you know what it was?
You mean the YouTube channel?
Yes. Hmm.
During 2020, I kept getting messages from my guides that they wanted me to go public with some of the information, and that and Heather and I had actually just found YouTube. The only time I ever used YouTube was for how to clean my Nespresso machine.
Hmm.
That was the height of the information I had from YouTube. But during the shutdown, we started watching
All sorts of
you
things.
guys on
Gaia.
YouTube. We found YouTube and became addicted to YouTube as well as Gaia. So we really just dove deep into our spiritual growth during the shutdown. Well, during 2020, 2021. And my guys kept telling me they wanted me to do a YouTube channel. I was like, no way. I I'm an introvert. People are mean out there. I don't want any part of social media. I mean, I barely even look at Facebook, much less anything else. Never Twitter, not any of that nonsense. I'm just not interested. So I kept saying no, 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 no. Well, then Heather and I took a spiritual journey to Sedona. And after I had experienced, we went to several different practitioners to work on different issues, doing a lot of shadow work. And so I guess we were there for about 5 days. And one day I finally said, okay, Spirit, I'm yours. I'm not going to resist anymore. You want me to do a YouTube channel? Great.
But
Send me the effing experts, because I know nothing about the technology. I've been retired for 20 years. I have no experience with the computers anymore and what they're, I know nothing. 2 weeks later, talk about a master manifester. When you get serious with spirit and you release and say yes, yes to it. 2 weeks later, I swear it wasn't any longer than that. When we came back, we were sitting in a restaurant in a totally different seat than we normally would. It was so busy, we didn't get to choose our normal table. And we sat down next to these two gentlemen, and we were literally butt to butt, almost touching. And I turned around and said hello, because that's what you do in Key West. People are friendly and you chat. These people probably next to you are tourists, and you just kind of chat with your neighbor. We had a lovely conversation with these two guys. And we walked out of the restaurant, and I had full body chills. I said, you know who they are, don't you? Heather looked at me and they're like, what are you talking about? I said, they're the ones that are here for our YouTube channel, create our YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh.
David, the one that I was sitting next to, he was starting a disco radio station here.
Ooh.
He had been in the news business. He had worked in and had 6 Emmys.
yeah,
6 Emmys for news production. I mean, this guy knew everything. The other guy was the technical guy. So he put together all the technical stuff. We didn't say anything to him for a while because we were instant friends. We just became buddies. We started going out together, doing a lot of things together. And when the subject came up, it wasn't David, actually. He was quite ill and had to have surgery on his back.
And I was somewhere, so.
And you were somewhere else. And I was in that same restaurant with the tech guy. And we were chatting, and I was like, yeah, my guides want me to start this channel, and I just I'm not in, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. And he jumped on it. I mean, he was like, oh no, we'll do this. We've got this. I mean, it was just a flood after that. It was just an avalanche of doing things and preparing it. So that was in
How
October.
fast can
and
you
then
do this? You know,
we had to buy all this stuff. We had front room in my house is a studio. It's a studio. It has a green screen. I have a light above me, a ring light in front of me, and 2 side lights because, of course, these people were television people and they had to do the works. And that's how we got started. That's how we started our channel. And how many episodes did I cry? The
Oh my
first 2 or
gosh.
3 episodes, I was so
Before or
overcome
after?
by
you got better
emotion
at it.
and
You did.
fear.
Each time you got better and better. You weren't so nervous.
I was so nervous and so full of fear and anxiety. And I guess it was probably a month before I could just really chill.
Is it you would cry before?
Better and better until she just flowed with
I
it.
would cry on screen. I mean, the emotion was so high because I was channeling a lot of information at the time. The channeling was coming through, and that always brings me to tears. Some people laugh when they get to spirit. I get highly emotional and I cry. And it's really hard to talk and cry at the same time. And in fact, one of the Atlantis, I hadn't done it in a long time. And I think it was the second Atlantis show that we did.
Yeah,
I
the
could
energy
hardly
was so
get
high.
out the end of the words at the end because they were channeled from Metatron. And I was feeling that energy as I was reading the information. Because it wasn't anything I was channeling. It was channeled by Metatron, from Metatron by another man that was giving us the information on Atlantis. And he'd written a book. But that Metatron energy was just so strong. I could hardly
And
get it out.
my understanding is that a part of why I coughed so much was the energy.
Energy.
That was my reaction.
Oh, joyful journey. I'm with you, honey.
It is. It is very, it overcomes you, and it's the divine love that we feel that makes us so feel so deeply, and it's very revealing, and we remember that feeling, But I thought that was an amazing story that you ladies had, and I forgot the component that you had gone to Sedona and that you did your what did you the shadow work?
We were doing shadow work out there.
Yeah.
We had different practitioners. It was a fabulous experience.
And we worked together. We all went different directions.
Yeah. There is a lady that puts together this program, and she has practitioners of all different methodologies. And so you just pick the ones you wanted, whatever it was that you were interested in, and you went there. And like Heather and I went different directions. We were never with the same person at the same time.
I think there was only 1 or 2 that were the same person that we both went to. Other
But
than
not
that,
at the
they
same time.
were different people.
So was this like a program that they were all at the same facility, and then you
Nope.
would go?
Some of them were in their homes, some of them were in offices. It just depended on
when
the
you go in
particular practitioner you were looking for.
You should have them on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was called Sedona Soul Journeys.
And they design it for you individually.
Wow.
And
they design it for you?
Yeah, you tell them what you want and they design it for you. It was fantastic.
They assign the people that they think are the best ones that they have available. They have like a list of different types of practitioners, and they use them.
But something totally off the subject. When we were in Sedona, we went to out to a UFO watch party. We went to this place. They gave us night vision goggles. We went on top of one of the mountains.
Oh, it was so cool.
It was like a bloody highway.
That explains it now.
It was
there were so many people there. And they had gotten 3 pieces. They were feeling so good about those 3 pieces of something that they knew belonged at one time, a long, long time ago.
There were 3 artifacts that they had.
Yeah, and there was one there, and I'm going, this is mine. I knew that one
I go
belonged.
back to the hotel and I channel all this information about these 3 artifacts that we've touched just in the back of their car. And I'm like, holy guacamole. Sedona is an experience.
I wish you guys would have recorded that and chronicled your stay and like spoke about your experience at that time.
Well,
We
it
were
was like
nowhere
9
near
months
a
before we
channel.
started the channel. So, I mean, when we started the channel, the last thing we were thinking about was Sedona at the time. We had so much on our mind. We didn't even think about it. We could probably go back and do a thing about the Sedona experience.
Yeah,
Because I
absolutely.
couldn't believe I went out and bought myself some night vision goggles when I got home, so I could take them to Colorado with me and play with them with my family, so we could go up in the mountains and look for
Yeah,
UFOs.
it was just the
There
sky
was
was
one mountain,
crammed
you could see
full of
them landing and taking off, landing and taking off,
one part of
like,
it. There
and
was
there
one.
was no access to that mountain. There was no car access. There's no way you could get up there except for by foot. And these things, the lights over this mountain, it was incredible. I've
So
never seen
Heather,
anything like it.
do you have night vision goggles?
I
Me,
do,
no,
she
I do
doesn't.
not. She has them.
I'm the lunatic in the family.
No.
So you
It's
can't
just
see
we
these
only
lights
need
without
one
them?
between the two of us. So
I think, yes, we've seen ones without,
yeah, and I've
but
been aware that when they've been in the clouds, I was even asked which one. I said that one. Just okay, you're right.
she can hear, she can actually hear them when they're overhead.
And I can detect that they're there. I feel them,
Because you can hear frequency. Hmm.
evidently.
Hmm.
Whatever. But anyway, I
Yeah.
know when they're around.
Wow. 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 Wow.
I
Wow.
know.
Wow.
It was an amazing experience for sure.
It was
Wow.
fun. So
And
much.
But
fun.
it's really important. I mean, and this is part of the way showers, I think, and part of so many things that we are an example. We are we exhibit from where we came and our awakening and our development and our journey and our shadow work and our development. We needed to go see practitioners. We needed to work through our shadow work. We needed to develop our awakening skills and our practice in authenticity and let go of some of these things that no longer serve us. And you too were being called. And didn't you, I think I remember you telling me something about feeling compelled, that you just felt like this urgency to do it, like you couldn't not do it. It just was so insisting that you do something. Was this something that you felt?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But my guides were not going to let me say no either.
Hmm.
I mean, they literally hounded me for
They
18 months.
nagged you.
Yep,
They
it's that.
Mhm.
I felt this many times as well,
Mhm.
being tapped on the shoulder and being led and being summoned almost, and
Well,
those energies.
do you
Mhm.
feel led every day? Because I feel led every day. I feel I feel like yeah, I just feel like I'm being led by spirit every single day.
I do feel that. I can't say all the time, 24 hours, but I do feel that often, and
Well, I can't say that I actually feel it for 24 hours, but daily I know that I'm
you're
divinely
being
guided.
guided. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's that it's very subtle, and
Mhm.
often I wake up with it. Often I wake up with this ambition or this idea or this I'm compelled to take action on something. What does she say? I think you can see the UFOs better at night vision equipment as they have wider range of vision. I see. Okay.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They can see.
Well, their ships are a different frequency, aren't they, than what ours are, like
Right.
planes and all that kind of
But a
stuff.
lot of times you can't see them at night without the night vision because,
Mhm.
as far as your eyes are concerned, they don't exist.
Wow.
But it was really weird the time we were sitting out at the on the lanai, and she was asking where it was and where the ship was. I said, it's right on top of us.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. There
You
was
can
a,
almost feel it when they're on top of you like that. It's like
I can.
the
Yeah.
vibration in atmosphere changes.
Mhm.
Oh.
And there were a couple times that they would flash their lights when I was walking the dog, and I could see the lights in the sky. Humongous thing. But and then they would, it wasn't like lightning. I just knew it was them going, hi,
That shift in the vibration that you just talked about, I had an experience, and it's a little bit different. And then we'll come back to you because I want to really know a little bit more about what happened right before that Sedona trip. That, because we're all here on the edge, and we all hear, it seems like both of you ladies were catapulted into this subject, and in so many different ways, and the vastness that you can do, or that you do your research and present it, and the just the subjects, and the just the just so many different areas of metaphysics that you dive into. And it's really very astounding that the collection and the library that both of you have compiled together is, I mean, you could just, let AI take whatever it is that you presented and put it in a book, and say, this is Priscilla and Heather's experience. Instead of Ted and Joe's Great Adventure, or whatever what's that?
oh, but that would be so much more boring for us.
What
Not
is
to
it,
I
mention
Ted?
never
for
thought of
others.
my life being as book worthy. My life seems pretty boring to me. So I don't
But
think
it's
of it
the
as
way that
being.
you shared the information and offered the information, and made it so concise, and offer the information in a way that somebody, if it resonated with you, to look into it further. Like, you didn't try
Good.
and, tell them the whole soup and nuts. You just offered them the introduction to it, and I thought,
Yes.
I just love it. I just love it.
Thank you.
Yes.
So Susie Q says, or Susie 007 says, I was looking at the Orion constellation and then saw a UFO moving around.
Cool.
Mhm.
That was me and Priscilla. No,
We were there recently.
we were, for sure.
We
We
definitely
were.
were.
We should do a private viewing, a private showing, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll talk about it. But yeah. So Susie, I that's interesting. Yeah. Um, so let me just share the little, and believe me, this is nothing in comparison to what these ladies experienced. But one day I was going to the grocery store, and that sounds so mundane, and it was mundane, except when I got out of the car, and I was with my husband, so I knew that he was there. And I got out of the car, and we shut the car door, and I couldn't hear anything. There was no cars, no planes, no trains, nobody driving to or from, nobody backing up, nobody wheeling their carts. I
Wow.
saw no other humans around us, no birds in the sky. And this has like a Taco Bell in the middle of the parking lot, and then all the shops around, like it was like a strip
Mhm.
center. And there was no trucks going by. And I was like, do you feel like, I felt like I was shifting into a different dimension? And at that time, I was learning about the new earth. And I said, I wonder if this is what the new earth is going to feel like. It felt like we just stepped out of time. It was
Wow.
almost like everything stopped around us. And then, like, it
Did your
maybe
husband
last,
feel it?
no.
But were you aware of him?
Yes, it was him and
Interesting.
I, which was nice. Yeah. Yeah, we were
Wow.
both in the same dimension, which was nice. But, he's like, oh, well, it's just happened that way, that there was no cars. Just happened to be nobody was pushing their carts around.
Mhm.
Just happened that
Very
nobody
left
was,
brain. Very left brain reaction.
and
Nothing really
it,
happened.
and it, but why did it just happen to be, like I felt, and it was like a different vibration. It was like a different awareness and a different
You just stepped into
sensation.
5D for a moment. It was just to say, this is it. This is what it is. Hi. Back to 3D.
I think so. Thank
I
you for
think
saying
if
that.
you look back, we've all had those moments where we've stepped out of time and gone, what? And then back in time we go. Because when
Well,
I
think
almost
about
got killed in a car wreck, that's what it was. It was like I stepped out of time. I was here and then I was there and I was alive and driving my car. And I don't know how I got there.
think about when you go through deja vu. You've already experienced it somewhere, or you wouldn't know
Oh,
what's
a
coming.
parallel life.
Exactly. Well, either that or you jumped
Maybe.
ahead and
Or
saw
jumped
what
ahead.
happened, because it becomes the same thing that you just.
I love Judas. My husband's very concrete too.
We need that. We need that grounding. We need that for sure.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Well, Heather, you may have been the one that told me this, but somebody said that in our pre-life planning, when we're coming in to see what our lives are going to be like, that's what the deja vu is. They're the little clips that you were shown before you came in. That's how you can remember them. You're like, oh, I think I've been
Mm,
here before. But pre-life, they showed you the clips of what would happen in your
right.
lifetime.
I've
Okay.
never heard this
I
before.
didn't
So
tell
you're
that to
saying
you, but that's
yeah,
very
that's a new one on me. So you're saying when in our pre-planning during our contract, we get to jump ahead and see little spots in our lifetime?
Sure.
Wow. I never thought about it. Hmm.
And that's how we
And you
know.
still came?
interesting.
And we
I
still did this?
Did we not see those parts?
know.
Did
But
they only show you the good parts?
We
I
chose
mean,
to forget them.
hi, Denise. I want to give Denise a shout out. So
Hi,
nice. Thank
Denise.
you for
I don't know you,
coming.
but hi anyway.
You're welcome.
Glimpses of our life to come. Interesting. And we still all came.
Well, and
Well,
it's only, yeah.
I was going to say, what we saw, we're checking, did it meet the requirement needed that we had? We weren't looking at it as to what we're going to go through. We were looking at it as, does it do what I need to have it do?
Of course. Is my soul path? Am I following my soul path? All of that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that we're going to be getting more and more into that, like multiple dimensions and that dimensions and the time slips. I think Terry Lee, Pure Visionary, was talking about those time slips. I think more and more of this is going to be occurring. Like we feel as though hours went by and we look at the clock and it's only been like 30 minutes or something. And you're like, wow, like just those
Glitches in the
times.
matrix.
Well, the awareness of the time is going to change around us, I think. And yeah, and it could be the glitch in the matrix, or it could be just our own vibration changing. I think it's going to be happening more and more.
I wonder if that's why I took pictures of Mount Shasta and it wasn't there.
That was so weird. 2 shots. I mean, they weren't even, I think they were just less than a minute apart. And one shows the mountain and the other one, there's no mountain.
There was
It's
nothing.
the weirdest thing ever.
I think I hosted that show for you guys. Did you show those pictures when you were there? I
Yes.
know.
I
Yep.
may
You did. Or it may have been the show we came when we got back. I don't think it was
I
the
don't
one
know,
when
but it
you
was
interviewed
so
us up
weird
there.
not to
think it
have. I
was
said,
the
where'd
one
it go? You know,
I
Yeah.
remember
I
that.
looked out the window and it wasn't there. And I got back and I looked at
Yeah,
it
we did 3
and it was
shows on
there.
Shasta.
So I don't know.
And how could you forget something? Like I would be like screaming from the mountaintop every single day saying, I saw Mount Shasta disappear. I mean, and every day remind ourselves that this like time warp or
It had
shift
to be a
in the
time warp or something. It
something.
was so weird.
I remember,
What was weird to me was that the camera caught it too.
yep.
Yeah.
One thing when you see it, but when the camera catches it, that's weird.
Well,
I
you
remember
didn't catch
talking.
it. You didn't catch it before the camera caught it, did you? You didn't notice it when you took the picture, did you?
Well, I took the
Did it
picture.
just
No, I
disappear?
didn't. When I took the picture, where is it? But I had taken it right away because I kept taking pictures of it because it would not be there and it would be there back and forth.
And you ladies were compelled. You're like, Jean, we'd love to talk, but we have to go. We're going back to the mountain. You're like, that mountain is healing. It's calling us. And just the energy, the love that you felt standing on that mountain and just the desire to get back there. I mean,
As soon as we came down, we wanted to go back every time. It was just
On the way
ridiculous.
down, we didn't even get all the way down.
We didn't even
wanted
want to
to turn
leave.
around and just go back up again.
It was
And
just
what do you think?
ridiculous.
What dimension do you think that was? 4D or 5D?
Probably 4.
There
I
was
think within
only
the
one
mountain
place.
is 5.
There was only one place there that I liked as much as I liked the mountaintop, and that was getting the water.
Oh,
Yeah, the head, is it the Sacramento River that starts in
I
Mount
think-
Shasta? Is it,
But it was so
it's the waters,
so
the
cold, it
beginning
was-
waters of the river. And so people go down and fill up jugs, and there's just a constant stream. And it's in the city park. It's in Mount Shasta City Park.
and it's
And you
free.
just go and fill up whatever you want. And it's the headwaters of the Sacramento River. And it's cold and delicious. And it's just amazing water.
Mhm.
And you just
I
see
wanna-
people all day long going there to get it. It's a
Mhm.
magical place. Now,
Yeah.
Dr. Gale lives there, and the winters are harsh. I can't imagine staying there in the wintertime. I mean, feet of snow to dig out of every day. No, thank you.
We get snow a lot, but we don't get.
White Dragon's saying 4D.
Thank you.
In
Yeah.
Ms. verified headwaters of the Sacramento River. And there's a beautiful peace garden that we went to. I mean, you guys, if you want to know Mount Shasta, go look at our videos about Mount Shasta. It was
I think
just an incredible experience.
I think I would like to start a group for manifestation and start manifesting my own trip to Sedona and my own trip to Shasta, because
Can I go with you? I want to
You're-
go back.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I know, but it's something that we really have to manifest. It's something that I'd love to do something on vision boards. I'd love to do something on, the energetic quality and, just manifesting and refining and fine tuning our, working towards our goals, and perhaps, analyzing, or not analyzing, but maybe reviewing what decisions we made today that got us closer to that
Yeah,
goal.
that's cool. That's a great
and
idea.
The Peace Garden is not just one garden. It's a whole series of gardens that you walk through. They have a maze made of lavender. Well, if it's in bloom, I won't be there. But if it's in bloom, I'm sure it's gorgeous. It wasn't in bloom, and I was able to walk almost through it. But it's so close that you're 1 foot in front of the other, because you don't want to step on the plants. But it's really, really good.
Wow.
The reason we ended up in Mount Shasta, I was in the pool one day floating around, and I got a message from one of the beings within Mount Shasta, telling me it was time to visit. So I came in the house and said, Heather, we're going to Mount Shasta. And she was like, okay, when are we going?
Yeah, well, I saw several of the residents, and I don't mean human, because we were supposed to meet them for tea or something.
Don't we all astral travel? Yes, in a coffee shop. Don't we all astral travel in our dreams? That's my understanding, is that when we sleep, our bodies need to sleep, but our soul doesn't. So we go to school or travel or do whatever we do, astral traveling at night.
I think she was talking about either Sedona or Shasta. I think she was referring to that. But I like the way Jay said woman festers, not
Festers.
manifestors, woman festers.
Exactly.
Woman festers. I like that.
And Jenny's coming with us. We should put
Okay,
together
Jenny, you can come with us. Here we go. What does White Dragon say there under Jenny? We're in 4D now and may take trips to 5D, C3D, and 4D are being phased out. I can tell
wow.
3D is being phased out.
Yeah.
I can feel the 4D more so than the 3D these days. And every once in a while, I think I hit 5D.
You what?
Like,
I
Yeah.
think I slip in and out of 5D on occasion.
You probably do. You don't have
wow.
all the distractions down there, so.
Hypnicity wants to know if we could remote view it. You want to talk about remote view in Mount Shasta? Just tell her a little bit about that. When you remote view.
Well, it is hollow inside. And you don't want to go off the path. You want to stay at the paths that they have, because you don't know who you're going to meet. And they may be good and they may not be.
But you remote viewed Mount Shasta, didn't you?
Yeah, it ended up, I was in the middle of the city area down below. Very, very busy. It was kind of reminded me of New York because it was so busy and people all over the place.
What did it look like?
Tall buildings. The architecture is good. You know, it's not like they're ugly buildings. They aren't. And there were crystals on the top that were putting out the light. In other words, you were inside the mountain, but it was very bright because the crystals were shining down. They were emitting a light that made it like daylight.
And what colors did you see? What colors were the buildings? Do you know? She's going there.
Yeah. Some of them are silver, meaning that they've got metal on them, but it's very shiny metal, but it's not like a whole building. It's like the metal is kind of decorative, but it also serves a function to help keep them, because there are some of them that are pretty tall. Not what I would call skyscrapers, but pretty tall, 10, 12 feet and 12 floors. There's stone. That makes sense. I mean, it's stone inside there. There is stone.
Is there crystal?
I remember seeing so many crystals up above, and like there would be stalagmites, where the unevenness of the rock, all was filled with stones, so that sometimes you had bright areas and sometimes you didn't have as bright. And that was the city. I've moved out of the city some, and the crystals are not necessarily that bright. The crystals are more like sunshine and afternoon sun, and so there's yellows and some greens, but it's conducive for growing.
Like vegetables, like food?
Yeah, like food. It's conducive. It's not the real bright. It's not like a city light. It's more like for growing, and it aids in it. And there's one section of town that has like San Antonio, where they have the river running through it, the river walk. They have something like that.
Cool.
It's just very nice. It makes me feel very comfortable and at home there. But there are people all over, and they're aware I'm there. They're just leaving me alone, let me watch.
And what did the people look like?
Nobody looks the same. Well, they're kind of like human. Some are very tall, some are a little shorter. They can it's like I get shapeshifter in my head.
Well, they're
So for my being there, they're looking humanoid. I'm not sure what they look like without that. But like I said, they know I'm there.
can they see you or feel you?
Feel me, because if I turn around and look at myself, I'm kind of translucent.
I
You
thought
know,
you were going to say you're a mantis being. Or,
that's very possible because I do come from mantis.
I remember you saying there was one in your bedroom. I think
Okay.
it was your. Did you remember that?
I don't
Heather, that
remember.
was cool.
I never look at myself, but I'm still translucent.
That's
It's
that
like on Star Trek, you can see, but you know it's not solid. You know.
right, right.
Cool.
So,
Thanks, Heather.
but like I said, they knew I was there.
Wow.
Very nice. Very
I
the
just-
energy there is welcoming, very comfortable.
Well, I think that
So-
I may have stolen Allie's thunder a little bit. Both of you ladies, Priscilla and Heather, are going to be on Allie Heart and Soul Connected, and they're going to be talking about many different things. But
We're going to be talking about holiday traditions on Allie's show tomorrow.
Well, I think you're going to be talking about holiday traditions on Mount Shasta on Allie's show tomorrow. No, I think, oh my gosh, it's such an amazing story. And I am so grateful that I was there. I knew you ladies before just before you started the show. I was there when you went to Mount Shasta. I think I remember you telling me about your Sedona trip. And we were it was just in the very beginning of all
It
this.
was the very beginning. We heard the fact that
And
we
it
could
would
even
be
do
different
it.
for me now this time, because, for instance, who's the saint that's there? Archangel. I don't remember what his name is, but I had to ask him to help me to get out of the maze because at that time I
that
had
was,
had surgeries and I could not walk. I would
who
go
is
to
it
the
that's on
step
top of
and I
there?
would have to stay still, and I had to ask him to help me to get out because I
Right.
couldn't make
I
my
remember.
Metatron?
No, it's
No.
who's the other one that lives on Mount Shasta? White Dragon. Who is the master that's on White Shasta on Mount Shasta?
It's a
You
more
send them-
common name.
No. Archangel Michael, Raphael.
No,
No, it's not the
They're more
archangels.
common
who
like
thought-
human name.
Oh, it's not an archangel?
Mm-mm.
He's a saint, I think.
Germain.
Jermaine, that's it.
Oh.
It was Saint Germain.
And I had to ask him to help
encountered
me 2 or 3
Saint
times to
Germain.
get me going because my
We
legs were
both-
not going to move.
We both encountered him in the maze that they had on top of Mount Shasta. We
Mhm.
both met Saint Germain, and I'd never met. I didn't know anything about Saint Germain until I went to Shasta.
Yeah,
Thank you, Susie.
Thank you, Susie.
yeah. He was very, very loving. I had a hug in the center of the maze, but I had to ask him to help me get out because, like I said,
Linda Gonzalez says, "May you guys put me in touch with the Alien Immigration Office. They're not responding to my telepathic request for a visitor's visa. They're not
Wow.
responding to mine either, Linda. I've been asking for years. If you figure it out, let me know."
they come down and we have to recognize them. So, but it was
just-
really, really weird because I know this guy is sitting at our table. I know he's like 6 to 7 feet tall, long and lanky, very friendly, just sat there silently, just watching us.
Wow. It's amazing.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, all of you both of you ladies, if you could just chronicle and record all of the, I mean, I know they happened to you because I was there and you did the shows, but oh my gosh, I think it's worth, I mean, almost like when you have a perspective of a few years later and you've learned all the things that you've learned. And now that when you look back, you understand sort of, oh, that's what was happening to us. Oh, that's what we discovered, or that this is the dimension that we fell into, or, you know,
Mhm.
and it's so interesting when you have a perspective to go back and sort of revisit that. I think this has been such an amazing, uplifting, high vibrational discussion. I love the way it just evolved, the way it evolved, and I'm telling you, you
I'm
guys, we
just
could
sorry it evolved away from you. You're our
well,
guest.
look.
What are you talking about?
What we were talking about, just the
Yeah.
way that the show evolved today, the way that
Yeah.
it started in one way, and we were talking about all of us together as a group. And then I said it was really important that we find out how you, both of you, started as inspiration to everybody here and everybody listening and everybody watching later, that this is the work that we need to be authentic, and this is where it starts. Be authentic and follow where spirit leads you.
It's
Um,
hard sometimes. You're like, you think it's in your head. You just think you're going off the rails. I don't know. But if I don't listen, if I don't pay attention and do what they tell me, they nag me till I do.
Yeah.
It's that simple. So it's
And
easier
there,
just to
there
go
are
along
so
with
many
it.
there are so many times she asked me, am I going crazy? And I kept saying, no, you're not.
oh, that's sweet.
It's debatable.
No, you're not
Psychic
crazy.
Jean, where are you going to be next?
I will be on Allie's Heart and Soul Connected. I'm going
Tomorrow
to
morning.
I'm going to be warming her up, and I'm going to tell her a little secret and maybe see if she wants to. I'll be like, ask them about the mantis being in their bedroom.
Oh, that
Oh,
one.
wait,
Oh, yeah. Oh, Argon was so wonderful. So
Aren't they loving?
cute.
They're very loving.
I've just wanted to be able to touch his claw.
Judith wants to go to Sedona too.
Absolutely.
You guys, I will post the Sedona Soul Journeys.
Soul
I think it's
Journeys.
their name. I'll try to post that in the comment section after the video.
Now, there are several places down there that advertise that, but we do know that the one that we went to actually did help us.
Yes, I would definitely
So
recommend
we
them.
could recommend
again.
it, but we can't tell you how the other ones work.
Would it be possible to do a replay or an encore presentation of that show from Sedona or from Mount Shasta that you ladies did around
Could
that
do.
time?
Yeah, we could
'Cause
play it again.
maybe when you're on your spring or your
Holiday break.
the break, during the break, we'll do it. I mean,
Okay, I just wanted to tell everybody in the chat, I double booked this for Sunday by accident. So we're going to be on Allie's channel, Heart and Soul Connected, at 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And then at 5 p.m., we've got Valerie B. from Illumination Portal coming to talk about the full moon energy and the astrology of the full moon and all of that. So please join us tomorrow. Like I said, I screwed up. We're at 3 and again at 5
You didn't
tomorrow.
You didn't screw up. We're just making up for the time that we won't be here when you're not here.
There you go. There you go. And we will be on hiatus from December 15th through the 31st. So I'm going to Colorado for the holidays. So
Yeah. And hopefully I'll get to see her.
Absolutely. And stay a couple of days in Denver with Heather. Tortured Denver and Heather with my presence.
That's so cute.
I love you three.
We'll have to
I love you
decide where
guys.
eat out, or if you want to eat.
Thank you for being here, everyone. We appreciate all your comments and suggestions. We love you. And Judith is on their website right now. She went right to it. I love it. Go, girl. You go at the Sedona. She's on the Sedona website. Soul Journeys.
Oh,
I love it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We'll see you next time. Jean, we love you. Thank you so much.
We do. Coming. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Jean.
for inviting me.
Always fun. We'll see you.
Always fun. It's like 3 peas in a pod. We just have a hard time being able to.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see.